Hey, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon if you're tuning in from Portugal or anywhere in Europe. Here I am, Claudia de Silva with Coldwell Banker in Houston, Texas, CIPS, licensed to sell, not only in Houston, but also internationally. With our video podcast, Ask the Experts, episode 5. My special guest today, expert coach with Coldwell Banker in Coldwell Banker City in Lisbon, Joao Ferreira, here today to talk to us about not only what's going on in the market in Portugal, in Lisbon particularly, but the importance of coaching for real estate agents and the work that he does, amazing work that he does with my colleagues in Portugal. Why are we bringing you this interview? Because we have a group, if you haven't heard, called Move Us to Portugal. And there we help people buy, invest, golden visa opportunities, sell their properties they have in Portugal here in the US. Or maybe if you're just looking for information about traveling to Portugal. And so when you do that, we have a team of professionals. We have people that help us with setting up insurance, maybe internet, but we also have real estate agents from north to south, including the islands, that can help you with your real estate needs. So it is important to get to meet the people behind those real estate agents, like Joao Ferreira, professional coach. And without further ado, let me bring my very good friend onto the screen so he can tell you himself what he does. Hi, Joao.
Hi, Claudia. How are you? Hello, everybody.
I'm doing really good. I'm so excited you're here. I know you guys are super busy over there and that you made the time to be my guest. So, how are things in Lisbon?
The things here in Lisbon are okay, are getting better. We had a good news this morning. Something that we need to check a little bit more, but we had the news that Portugal is now becoming epidemic. So I think that we're gonna take the restrictions off. We're gonna open the doors, if you can say this way, which is very good because we are here speaking about moving to Portugal. We are here speaking about Portugal, about the things, and Portugal is a very good country to come to visit. And now I think that we're gonna have what we could call the normal life again backing.
I know, I
So
know. I see some countries, including Portugal, are dropping their mask mandates. Some of them are not really requiring like friends testing anymore. So we start seeing things going back to normal as far as COVID is concerned, whatever normal is.
yes, whatever normal is, because one thing I think that we have for sure, the world the world change. Okay, like happening with the World Trade Center in a different scale, different thing, but the world change, and I think that now world change again. World is always changing, but now the things change, and we're gonna live in a brand new world. So this is for sure.
And you know what? We are Portuguese. We are no strangers to change. We are residual, how can I say?
Resilient.
Yeah, resilient, strong. We adapt, and not just the Portuguese, but the world in general. Humans are very resilient, and we can definitely adapt. So now we just have a different colors in the world, but we make it work. And it's the same with real estate. Real estate
Yes.
is always changing, and a lot of Americans have discovered Portugal, and they are now moving in bulk to Europe, including Portugal, not only because of visa opportunities like the golden visa, but just as an investment in general. A lot of Portuguese American, because we have over 3 million Portuguese American in the US. Um, that we have accounted for according to the census, and they are returning to Portugal one way or another, either through retirement or investing and starting to spend more time in Portugal with their families, going back to the roots. So with that change, with all of this happening, we need to stay on top of our game, and that's where I find that Coldwell Banker in Portugal did such a great job in getting you on board in their team, because you do a lot of work in helping agents be their best. So tell us a little bit, What do you do?
Well, thank you first of all, and what we do. It's very simple thing actually, and should be what everyone do. We think that this is not a house business. Okay, house is what we trade. Okay, but this is not a house business. This is a people business. And people have their needs. The people that come to buy, they have needs. The people that is selling, they have needs. And the people that is working have needs too. So our we are totally focused and concentrated on the needs people. Okay, we have our focus on the needs. We have our focus on talent. Okay, the people that come to work with us, we try to check the values. They need to have values that are compared with our values. Okay, the Coldwell Banker values, our own values, because we are not talking about the values of a brand. Because if you are in a brand with big values but you don't have your own values, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a conflict between your values and the values of the brand. So we need to have our values aligned with the brand. And then when we have the people inside, we put all our focus on our people, our team. For example, we think in something like this: my clients are the members of my team. The clients of my team are the real clients of Coldwell Banker. I don't work to the clients of my team. I work to my team. I'm here to serve my team. So I'm always focused on the needs. I'm always focused on the challenge and in the talent. We actually here we want to make the talent explode, make the talent comes.
Right. Absolutely. And you guys have achieved it. So, everyone, if you just joined us, here at Ask the Experts, we always have different experts in different fields. We actually started the year with a bang, and what a pleasure, what an honor for me to interview a lot of my colleagues in Portugal. Throughout the year, we're going to have all different kinds of guests, business owners locally here. We're also going to interview our own broker here at Coldwell Banker. It's not always going to be about real estate, but this year I wanted to start with something that is being in the news. Everyone is reading Portugal, Portugal, Portugal. A lot of people are moving to Portugal. So let's talk about it. Now, if you don't know that, let me tell you. Real estate agents outside of the US don't always have a license. So it's really important that when you are working with a real estate agent in a different country, that you work with a professional standards and having values exactly as Joao Ferreira is explaining here that are parallel to their brokerage. A brokerage that has a name like Coldwell Banker that has been around since 1906, right behind Joao, there is the date. So over 100 years that we have been around. And so Coldwell Banker is still relatively new, so to speak, in Portugal, but it already has a tremendous team, tremendous presence. It has been including in the local news in Portugal, that if you follow me, I have shared that information. And it's creating a name for themselves already behind Coldwell Banker themselves. Why is that important? Well, you are new to the country. You're trying to look for a house there. You need to rely on a professional. You need to rely on someone that has the local knowledge. So we connect you here with those professionals in Portugal. And that's why I wanted to show you who is behind of those professionals. So João, tell me a little bit, before we dive more in about what you do, how is Coldwell Banker doing in Portugal? How big is the team now? How many offices do you guys have in general?
Okay. Speaking about Coldwell Banker, I think that we are now with, I think, 10. Okay. But then inside Coldwell Banker, we have our especially group. We are Coldwell Banker City. And in Coldwell Banker City, we have now 2 offices in Lisbon. Okay. Lisbon is our operation center, but of course we are available to go with the clients to all the country. Not only because we want to do and it's our compromise to do, but of course we have the Coldwell Banker in Braga, in Coimbra, in Porto. We have Coldwell Banker in Madeira. So we have the partnerships of our Coldwell Banker family in the strategic points to help us with that client. So it's not a problem, and it's not a question of quantity. It's a question of quality, as you tell before. Our business, as I tell before too, is not about houses, is about people. So we take care of the people that we have working with us. We don't want to be in Portugal, and I think a little bit around the world. We don't want to be a massive brand of having people just because we want to come to the news and tell, hey, we are the brand with more people in Portugal. We want to have the right people, the people that want to connect, the people that bring values and bring value to the business. It's very important to us, this is very important to the foreigners. Knows this. When you come to work with us, we really want to take care of you, your family, your needs. We don't want just the business. Our business are the refer. Our business is one happy client send us one more client and then one more client. For that reason, our growth process in Portugal is a little bit more slow because it's sustainable. It's not about having agencies, it's not about having people, it's about having quality, values, is about the difference. It's something that I always ask to my teams. Think about what the difference between you and the others in this business. Put your focus on the difference and works on the difference. Don't be just one more.
Absolutely. And I'm very grateful. I get to work with members of your team. So, for example, Lucy Fregoso, Achilles Simo, and so many others, actually. Those are just a few names that pop to mind because I talk to them more often than not. And we get to work together on helping people do virtual showings in submitting contracts, answering questions. So we really do have this concept of family. Although I am in Houston, Texas, and you guys are in Portugal, totally different time zones, we work seamlessly. We work as if we are in the same location, back and forth communication, very on point with clients. I just absolutely love it. And I'm a testament that you guys are doing an amazing job, very reliable. And I know that when I send clients your way, they're going to be taken care of in a professional manner with the most knowledgeable in the business. So I'm very, very grateful.
It's important. And
It is
thank
very
you.
important. Yes, it's absolutely very important because these people, as you said, it's all about providing value because our clients are going to a new country. Buying a home is a big investment, especially overseas. So it's taking care of someone before the transaction, during the transaction, and after the transaction is to set expectations because culture is different, rules are different, laws are different. And so kind of help the client with expectations will help that transaction to be more than just transactional. It's as if we are welcoming someone to our CB family. I love that. So tell me, João, what kind of training are you working with your agents, given that you are a professional coach? Tell us a little bit more. What kind of training are you offering? What is Coldwell Banker doing for agents joining the team?
Okay, our training is 300. Claudia?
I didn't disappear. I just gave you the floor. I promise.
Now you scare me. I think that I was alone. Thank you. Our training, our method, it's 360 degrees. Actually, we start with the formal training of Coldwell Banker, what we call launch, okay, and then we have our own welcome on board to the team. So first of all, we start to work the culture, the values of the brand, because it's important when you join us. It's important that you need to understand what is this. It's a long history. It's a long life. So you need to respect this life. You need to respect the history, and first of all, you need to understand these and the values, collaboration, the trust, put the interest of the client in front of all the other interests. So your first week is this week. It's the mission, is the vision. It's know what we are here doing. We have a proposal, and it's important for you to know. And then we have our own welcome on board. We explain to our team all the techniques to bring value. Here we start the process how to bring value to our clients. Because as we used to say, this is not about being exclusive. This is not about being 5%. This is about responsibility. We take care of families, we take care of dreams, we take care of people. So we need to be responsible. So what we actually work along with our team, it's this. It's the mentality of an entrepreneur. It's the mentality of having responsibility. You need to be responsible for everything you do, everything you say, for achieving your goals. And then, of course, um, we go a little bit farther in the training that we do to the team, because we go out of the regular techniques of real estate, the negotiation, and all the things that regular the brands have, and we go to places like, for example, behavior, human behavior, understanding mentalities, reading people. So, for example, 26th of April now that is coming, I'm gonna work with the team, the KA emotional intelligence. So we're gonna have a special day dedicated to this. We used to say that before we have excellent professionals, we need to create excellent persons. Uh, I actually believe that the persons are all excellent. Each one it's good in the way that it is. Because it's a question of conscience. If your conscience tell you that you are like you are now, you are okay. It's your choice. I don't need to judge you. I just need to understand that if it's okay to me, have a connection with you or don't. If it doesn't make sense, I don't want to have, but you are okay. So we believe that everyone, it's okay like it is, but we want to give them an opportunity to elevate conscience. So here, actually, for example, I tell you that, and I work, the DISC system, the analysis behavior, the DISC. I work the DISC with some members of my team, for example. They do the exam and then I work with them on the DISC. They know what they are. They know why they do what they do. They know themselves. They understand why they reacted in certain way. They know why they think in that way. So I think that actually we work people 360, and first of all we work people from inside. Here we create a family value. We actually work humanity. It's simple like
Right.
that. I tell lots of things, but I want to reduce this to one simple word: humanity. We work humanity. We work people from inside to outside.
Absolutely. And that is so important. You are so right, João. Real estate is a people's business. Anyone can find a home online, but it's the part of the guidance, the advice, the hand holding, the professional, entrepreneurial position that we have as real estate agents that really makes the difference. And for those of you that, just joined again, welcome. And I just wanted to let you know that when we connect you with an agent in Portugal, we have done our work in seeing how they are, how they perform, not only how many houses they sell, but how they are as people. And that's so important. I wanted to have João here, that is a coach for Coldwell Banker City. And then I wanted to emphasize that in Portugal, like many other countries, there is not really a license. There is not a real estate committee. There is not an MLS, meaning a multiple listing service, where you can see all of the houses like in realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, or our local MLS here in Houston, har.com. So, what does that mean for the client? It means that they are at loss. If someone is looking to purchase a home in Portugal, they can look on a website or different sources, but it's not somewhere really reliable direct source. So it's important to work with professionals that have the training. So basically, what I like about Coldwell Banker is that they really are training those agents, just like here in the US, with the core values, with fiduciary duty. That's what it means. Your client always first. You do it as a fiduciary to your client. They always come first. And so you know you're going to get a different result, a quality and service. And basically, it's a ticket to join the CB family. So I hope I said that right. And I love, 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 love that our agents are very diverse, that they are all multilingual. Everyone speaks English. It may not be at the level of the US or the level of the UK, but people don't speak English in Portugal. It's not their first language and they don't speak it every day. But when you approach them, they will speak English to you. So when Americans move to Portugal, they're very comfortable because they can freely move around and do their daily lives, not knowing a lot of Portuguese. So, João, talking about Americans moving, tell me a little bit. Thank you, Elder. Elder is like the cheerleader here. He wants to be, the best in the world, and he already is the best in Portugal, in my opinion. The whole team is. Go Elder, go Coldwell Banker. And how is the international community there? What are you seeing? Are you seeing a lot of people coming from the US, from your agents, or are they also coming from other countries?
There's people come from different countries, but speaking about US, actually there is lots of people coming from US. For example, in the last month, according with in December, according with the last report, we in Portugal we do 17 golden visa to American citizens. Okay, so it's still happening, and actually people is coming, and is coming for several reasons. I think that is for several reasons. I'm suspicious. I believe that Portugal is one of the best places in the world to live. We have sunny days almost all the year. When it's cold here, it's like a small spring in some different places. So it's very good. We have safety, which is very good in those days. I think this is something that I feel that is attractive lots of people to Portugal. Actually, here you could feel safe. Your kids are safe, your family are safe. Of course, you ask me, there is zero crime. No, it's impossible. Of course, there is crime. Of course, there is some danger some places. But when we heard the news of the rest of the world, it's totally different. So actually, you could feel safe in Portugal. You have sunny days, you have safety, you have the
Right.
sea, you have the fields, you have good fish. So it's wonderful.
Absolutely. And safety is not just safety of walking in one of the oldest cities in the world, a big city like Lisbon or Porto for that matter. They are very, very populated cities, as well as in the Algarve, that is very touristical. It's also about the politics status, it's
Yeah.
also about healthcare. So, safety all around. Safety is not just, hey, can I walk around at 2 a.m.? Yes, you can. But it's also, can you get healthcare, good healthcare? Yes, you can. Do we have political instability? No, we do not. I hope it remains like that for a very long time. Is
Yeah.
it, so safety all the way around is very important. And I think that's a lot of people are looking for that.
When we speak about the healthcare, for example, is there's something in Portugal that distinguishes from many places in the world. Even you are here in holidays, or even you are a foreigner that you already arrive here, and if you don't have an insurance but you have a problem, you go to the hospital, they always gonna take care of you. They never gonna ask if you have money, if you have insurance. They 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 don't ask you anything. They just take care and they speak with you at the end. You go to a hospital. Of course, if you go to a private, it's different if you go to a private hospital. But if you go to the public system, they always gonna take care of you. Doesn't matter who you are, from you come. They don't want to care. They just gonna take care of you. And I know, of course, I don't know all the systems in the world, but I know there is some places, if you don't have an insurance, you have big problems. And speaking about healthcare, for example, in Portugal, it's you are totally safe that you always gonna have someone to take care of.
Absolutely, and that is actually very important. And then cost wise, as we have discussed in many other podcasts, the cost is relatively smaller than in other countries, even if you go with private insurance. So private insurance in Portugal does not cost you thousands and thousands of dollars like it would in the US, for example, or many other countries. So it's still quite affordable. A lot of people are definitely drawn to that as we have more and more of our baby boomers, meaning retirement age people. Now that I am actually going with a lot of sellers and buyers in this last year, a lot of our sellers are actually at the retirement age, and all of them in the last week I've talked to, they're actually moving abroad. It's very strange. Costa Rica, some said they would move to Ukraine. I don't know how that's going to work out right now, but they wanted to move to Ukraine, Albania. And so I always tell them, what about Portugal? And they always start that conversation about Portugal. But a lot of people are moving abroad. Definitely Costa Rica and some European countries. Croatia is another one people are moving to a lot as well for the same reasons, affordable healthcare. João, I think you doing excellent job with all the agents. I love the way that the office CB City, because there's a lot of other Coldwell bankers as well, and they're excellent. But I believe you guys have a system that really helps the agents be the best they can be and give the best service possible. Before we go, because I know you are very busy out there, tell me something else you want to share about the team or about the office or something that is coming up. Whatever you want to share.
Okay. Well, about our team, we are now we actually thinking about you and the partnerships with our CB family around the world. We are now creating our international department. For example, you speaking about you speaking about Lucia, you speaking about Achille. Now we join Katerina to the group. It's another member, and of course we're gonna have others. So we are now specifically working international department. We want to be more and more prepared. So we are now doing some contacts with construction companies here in Lisbon and in Portugal. We want to have more options. We have now inside a lawyer working with us because we want to provide all the services to our clients. Actually, we have now with you one process where we're going to use our lawyer for the very first time. So we have our financial broker to help the clients too. And then of course we try to have the good partnerships in the market. We our team is growing. We want to have more agents. We want to have more people available to work with the clients. And we're gonna still doing this, preparing the people, using the talents of the people to do their best. For example, I could tell you that we start all the weeks with Mondays 2 hours training, different skills, and our agents are doing that trainers. We have our top producer agents now training their follow members. Yes.
Yeah.
Why we do this? Because we are training leaders. Okay, we want them to be the new leaders for the future. We want them to have their own Coldwell Banker office, for example. We want them to have their own team. So one good way for you to learn is when you are teaching others, and we are now doing that with our people. And I think that it is. We have we are working a lot to be the best. We actually want to be the best Coldwell Banker office in Europe.
Of course.
It's our dream. So we are working on, and but most important, we want to have the best people. Doesn't matter if you think if they are or don't. To us, they are. So we want them to be the best. We want them to be the best they can, the best they can give. And this is something that we are totally committed of.
I love it. So if you just joined us, go back and watch from the beginning. We're going to have a replay. Joao Ferreira was here with us today. He is an expert coach, real estate coach, and not just real estate, with Coldwell Banker City in Portugal. Why was that so important? I wanted you to know the people behind the people behind the agents that make them knowledgeable, professional. So when we send clients like you to Portugal to buy, to rent, to inquire, to just visit and meet with our agents, or maybe you have property in Portugal and you want to sell it here in the US as well. We work together with Coldwell Banker. We also have another client in common like that, where Lucia lists in Portugal, I list here. So I just want you to know we are here to take care of you all the way from Texas to Portugal. João, thank you so much for your time.
Claudia, thank you. Thank you. Was a big honor, was a pleasure. Not just because it's an opportunity to speak about Portugal, to speak about Coldwell Banker family Portugal and Coldwell Banker family CB City office, but because we are your fans. We enjoyed a lot we enjoyed a lot the work you do. To us, the partnership that we have with you, it's very, very important. So it's a big pleasure, big honor to be here with you and speak a little bit more about us, our team, and the different job that we do. I think that I actually believe that we do a very, very unique and different work with our people.
Absolutely. Our team definitely is very different. Everything that we offer, having an agent in the US and agents in Portugal, helping clients move across, it's something that has been unheard of before. There's some out there trying to replicate it. I know we were one of the first ones to start it. I'm so proud of our work. We're only going to continue getting better. Thank you for your time. I feel the same way. To me, you guys are my team. Is like we are in the same office. It doesn't matter if we are in different countries. We are same family. I'm grateful to Elder, to all the agents, and yourself here to always help us. So thank you so much for today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Claudia. It was an honor.
Absolutely, everyone. Come back next week. We will have another special guest. I'm going to be announcing who that is very soon, and I cannot wait to see you. If you have questions, just reach out. If you want a connection with an agent in Portugal, that's why I'm here for. Talk to you soon.